My good friend and luthier, Mr. Jacob Wong, has upgraded my Sigma guitar with a brand new nut and saddle. Now he's going to be dropping by my studio anytime now, so we're just going to wait for him to come. Alright, I think Jacob is here.
Hey!
Hi Jacob, welcome
Hello.
to my studio.
Wow, such a nice studio.
Thank you. Now you can, you all can see me filming in the mirror here as well. So Jacob has brought my Sigma guitar over. Now let's take a look at what magic he's done. Check it out. Alright, so before we get to the nut and saddle, I just want to share that this Sigma guitar is a small bodied guitar, full mahogany. I got it for about $500, but it's a great guitar. But what we want to focus on for this video is, of course, this. Check it out. And the saddle. It's made of buffalo horn, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jacob, we are here with the guitar and you fitted it with a new nut and saddle. Now, you use buffalo horn for it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why did you choose buffalo horn for this guitar?
Okay, for this guitar, it's a parlor. It's full mahogany.
Right.
So to start off, I don't think the guitar exhibit enough low end.
Okay.
Right? By using a horn, full horn, in this case, right, it will brings up the lower register.
And I mean, it is a small guitar, so naturally, I love these size guitars, double O. All my guitars are double O size. And the reason is that I don't want it to have that big of a sound, right? I want it to be nice, small, intimate, and have a balanced sound. But of course, by having a small size, sometimes the low end is a little bit not enough, if you know what I mean. And I think that by putting the buffalo horn, I think you've just bumped it up a little bit to a level that gives it an even better rounded tone. Previously, we have the old nut here and the old saddle. Right? This is made of
Bones.
bone. Okay, and what's the difference between bone and buffalo horn?
Okay, so for bones, they are known to be harder. In fact, they are the hardest materials. Okay, so when you have a hard material, the projection, the volume, the throw will be further.
Okay,
Yeah, so a lot of my clients say they sound bright.
with
Yeah,
bone.
with bones, yeah, sound brighter. As for horns, it's a softer material as compared to bones, so the tone kind of like lingers around for a longer duration.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean it's more sustained?
You can say so, yeah, but that doesn't mean bone don't have that kind of sustain, right? So end of the day is the build.
Okay, the build of the guitar. Something that Jacob always tells me is that the guitar needs to be set up well. I mean, if you change the nut and saddle, but your guitar isn't set up well in the first place, I mean, that's not going to do much good, right?
Yes, even if you put an ivory, it's not going to be ideal.
If we can get ivory, we can't get it anymore. And for good reason, right? Okay, so you talked about how the sound changes. Why don't we just play a little bit?
Sure.
And then we can be the judge of that. Okay, so I'm going to grab the mic over here. Just going to play some simple cowboy chords for us to hear. Coming from a small guitar, this is actually very impressive.
Oh, thank you.
It sounds big, but in a way that I like, because I don't like, big dreadnoughts. I don't like big triple O's or OMs. Nothing wrong with those guitars, but it's not my personal preference. But something like this, it's intimate, but it has that low end there that's kind of just laying the foundations of the tone of the guitar.
That's right.
Now I'm going to do more in-depth demos, and we're going to A-B the bone versus the buffalo horn saddle so that we can really have a good listen and judge for ourselves. So not just us telling you, I want you to listen to it and judge for yourself. What are the differences between both and, which is better? Jacob, you love setting up nut and saddle. In fact, I have all my other guitars here and I want to show you. Alright, all of them are set up by Jacob. So this one over here, this is my 1920 vintage 0018 Martin guitar, and when I got it from Heirlooms Music, it was a great guitar, but it had intonation issues. So Jacob here, he crafted a period-specific saddle and nut for me. It fits the tone of this instrument, and it really sounds so great, and it makes it very playable, alright? And also, don't mind you hold this.
Sure.
My other guitar, this is my main performing guitar. Now this is a 0041 Martin guitar. Now it's a really, really high-end guitar, and Jacob has crafted a new saddle for me as well. Bone, high shine, it looks beautiful, and it's really got Jacob's characteristic trademark feel, which is really, really pristine, right? It looks really well made. Good craftsmanship from a great guy here.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna put these guitars back, and then I'm gonna ask Jacob a few questions so that if you are interested to do a similar upgrade to your guitar, you can find out how to do it and why it is worth doing. Now, I want to ask you, how does a nut and saddle affect the tone of a guitar, and why would anyone want to upgrade them?
Okay, so when we got the guitar, obviously we can see the strings rested on top of the saddle. Okay, most guitar out of the factory, they fitted with standard bone plastics, right? According to the selling price. That tells us that this guy here, he makes a difference. Right, so different material respond differently, and also how the luthier craft them.
So what is your signature craftsmanship when it comes to crafting, say, a saddle?
I craft them to precise fit.
Okay.
So they don't wobble. That's the foundation of it all, right? As well as I would say I like to match the color of the aesthetic of the guitar.
That's important.
That's important for me. Okay, so as you can see, like this is a sunburst, okay,
Yeah.
and I match a dual tone saddle,
Right.
which is what I love about horns, because they exhibit that kind of grain, natural grain to them.
Would you say that it's only worth upgrading an expensive guitar?
Okay, I think it follows your sentiment lah. If the guitar is important for you, you want it to sound,
Good, right?
sound good. So yeah, it makes a valid reason to upgrade.
Okay. So for example, I asked that question because this guitar, I really love it because it's so great for the price, right? It's a $500 guitar, but it plays like a guitar way above how much I paid for it. Like Sigma guitars, they do really, really great work, great craftsmanship, and their core is in making good quality instruments available to the masses. So I think this is a good example that shows us that it is worth upgrading a low-priced guitar as long as the guitar is a solidly well-built guitar to begin with, right? It doesn't have to be just reserved for your $10,000 guitars.
You don't have to, yeah.
Now this guitar is even better than it used to be. So I want to ask you another question. Besides buffalo horn and bone, what other materials could we use for nut and saddle?
Okay, so for your Martin, actually I uses wood.
Wood? Oh, wow,
nut.
okay.
Yeah. So my belief is even when the guitar is done, the setup is done correctly, even a wood can outshine a very expensive material with bad setups.
Okay. And wood is not common.
Wood is not common. Yes.
Okay. Is there a reason why you chose wood for my vintage Martin?
I would say it's wood exhibit a kind of vintage tone to me. Right?
Okay.
It's a little bit compressed. I would say compressed.
And the guitar original nut was wood. So you did make it accurate to the period, right? And now it's playable and it's accurate. Thank you so much, Jacob. Thank you for all the good work that you do for my guitar and for so many other guitarists here in Singapore. I'm sure that everyone has a lot to learn from the work that you do in crafting new nuts and saddles. If you are interested to learn about how you can upgrade your guitar, you can just drop a message in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer. I can also reach out to Jacob, and you can even find him on his Instagram page, right? Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, and now I'm going to leave you with some demos of this guitar.